Let's lastly talk about how you became so fluent in Spanish. You mentioned you was hanging with the Paisas. I'm assuming all of that energy bounced off of them to you. That's a nice way to learn. You hanging out with Paisas. But
Working.
How'd you get so fluent?
Working. Construction.
And this is you got fluent and you've never lived full time in a Spanish speaking country.
Nope. I was working construction with paisas, for reals. And I say paisa not in a derogatory way, but with paisas. Mis compas son paisas. No hablan español, no hablan inglés, ni papeles tienen, pero trabajan bien duros y son pues las gentes más humildes que uno los puede conocer. And I'm saying they're paisas. Some of them even don't even have papers, but they're some of the most humble people that I've ever met. You know, in my whole life of working, you know, in the field. You know, I've met some people that got papers from here that just so entitled and they ain't got shit, and then you got these people here that really don't have anything and they still treat you like, you know, you're royalty. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they still like, hey. I remember I didn't even bring lunch, you know. Tenía una tóxica, una que no me echaba lonche. I'm just like, but I wouldn't get my lunch made, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, in the Mexican community, you know what I'm saying? That's big. When you don't get your lunch, I had some dude, check this out. I'm sitting there and everybody's eating the lunch and I go to the like little lunch truck that pulls up and I buy something and they say, you didn't bring lunch? And I'm like, no. They're like, what happened? And he told me like this, and he was serious, an older Mexican. He's like, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Que tu vieja no es mexicana? He told me, your wife's not Mexican? I said, yeah, my girlfriend's Mexican. Oh, no, ella está mal. Te tiene que echarte lonche, mijo. He's like, no, she's bad. She needs to be making you lunch, son.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional. But yeah, that helped me learn Spanish is working with, you know, Mexicans. Fucking the albañiles, doing block walls and stuff, doing construction, building stuff. Because, you know, the first thing everybody learned in a different language is the bad word. So, you know, I was learning everything. And that thing that helped me learn is, I'm the type of person that, like I said, if I don't know something or if I'm unsure of something, I will ask you, hey, how do you say this? Or if I say something wrong, I'll still try to say it the way I think it sounds or it's supposed to be said. And then if it's incorrect, they'll correct me and I don't take offense to it. It's constructive criticism. It's going to help me get. But next time, you know, I ain't going to make a mistake, though, because I'm going to tell you, say it again. Say it again. Wait, hold on. One more time. Say it again. All right. And I'll start saying it. And then I'll start using it. And then once you start using it, it sticks.
Yeah, I think you said something earlier about yourself that helps you pick up the language. You said you're a perfectionist.
Yes.
And whatever is going on in your head that makes you a perfectionist is great for learning a second language.
Yes, and that's the reason why I have never written a song in Spanish. Because even though everybody says, man, I love your Spanish, it's good. I love your Spanish, man, you're fluent. I feel like I'm not there yet. So when I feel comfortable, you better watch out. But found out what I'm gonna start doing is just writing in English and then work around. It's a little bit harder because the translation be kind of off, but until like I feel comfortable with it, you know.
Have you ever got to the point where you think in Spanish?
I was filling out some papers to give my kids some vaccines for them to go to school, and I'm filling out the paper and I'm like, wait a minute. I subconsciously filled out the form in Spanish and didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? And a person was like, you didn't fill out this form? I was like, yes, I did. And they were like, but you filled it out in Spanish. Like, are you sure the answers are? I'm like, oh, I speak Spanish. But it's weird because sometimes when I'm reading in Spanish, like I'll read the stuff in Spanish, but my brain is automatically translating and my understanding is in English. It's a trip. I trip off of that. Trip off of it. And I was like, man, maybe people I've tried to explain that to people and they think they're like, oh, you tripping. But like yesterday was a perfect example because I filled out that paper and I'm just going through it fast. Just reading the questions and boom, answering them. But the whole paper was in Spanish.
Well, I want to thank you for sitting down with Street TV, El Compa Negro. Take us out with a little bit of El Comando del Diablo. to wrap up this interview.
El cartel con mis manos defiendo, así me entretengo, me gusta el trabajo. Con mi cuerno y mi lanzagranadas, chaleco antibalas, ajustado al pecho, yo cumplo las órdenes del jefe, 24/7 al pendiente, la lealtad para mí es prioridad. Así solo llegaron los billetes, una lista me entregan a diario de todos aquellos los que se han pasado, ya sea porque no quieren pagar, nos quieren brincar o nos han traicionado. Un comando del diablo me cargo, mi armamento es un algo extraño y mis métodos de torturar es algo que no puedo explicar. I just said some gangsta ass shit right now, talking about my forms of torturing. That's something I can't talk to you about in this song, but I'm telling them, like, hey, every day they send me a list of who didn't pay, who didn't snitched, and who didn't turn their back on me, and I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? So this is, you know, some real shit, you know, but.
All right. El Compa Negro.
For sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias.